Hey folks, this is Wistful Dale here, and tonight is gonna be a vlog video here instead of an AU because this has been on my mind honestly since last evening, and the more I think on it, the more I just want to talk about and just get my thoughts on for tonight out of the way and everything because it's about the MOP horror AUs, the MOP Model Pony infections, alternate universes, and everything. It's starting to slowly die down. I'm not saying it's completely dying, but I noticed that it's starting to slip off a bit, and folks aren't as interested in the AU infections as much as they used to. Now, I'm still going to continue with as much as I can for as long as I can with the horror AUs. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. There's quite a bunch I want to go over, in fact, and still continue on. And in fact, my eyes rubbery though, but I also want to look over the different AUs and different shows besides MOP. There's like at least another SpongeBob one that I'm gonna go over here soon too. I also want to check to see if there's another Gumball or I don't know, a Courage or Total Drama. You know, just to spice things up a bit. I'd like to have different variety and stuff that way with the horror AUs. But I know mainly My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is the main, it's the main deal for these infection AUs, and I feel like there's something I feel like there's something going on. The trend is slowly dying down, folks, and it's only going to be a matter of time before folks don't really care so much about horror AUs. Now, I still love the AUs, and I know you folks do as well. We love the AUs, and I'll continue with them as much as I can. But I'm estimating that the trend is probably going to at least die down within 3 to 4 months. I feel like that's the timeline when it ultimately stops. The trend train fully stops, and it's not going to go anywhere, and people don't really care that much. Now, I'm not saying no, I don't think everyone's gonna not care about him. I'm sure there's some folks here and there that want the trend to continue, and I do too. I really do. It does feel good to finally get views and for you folks to enjoy the content that I make and everything. But I feel like it's an unfortunate reality that we all live in. Not every trend lasts forever, nor would I want it to last forever. And I'm fine with something slowing down or even dying eventually. Everything has an ending point. A story can't last forever, nothing can last forever. Eventually everything has to come to its end, it has to meet its end. That's how everything in life is, from literally being alive to a machine or a vehicle or whatever. It's just how life works. Everything meets its end at some point down the road. I was just kind of hoping that the trend would stay alive at least a bit more because there's kind of too much to get into. Honestly, there's too much AUs I want to look over and everything, but I still want to make them for you folks and everything. But mainly, I'm mainly worried that when the trend does die, I'm saying when, because eventually it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen like anytime soon. Like, I don't think within the next week or whatever, or tomorrow, your folks are still going to crave them. It's still there, people are still going to want them, but it's just not as much. And again, my estimation is at least this July or August, pretty much, that the trend's fully gonna die. Maybe a little sooner than that, but only time can tell on that. But what my main fear is that when the trend dies, this channel will too. And I don't mean in the sense that you folks are gonna unsubscribe or leave hate comments or whatever. I mean in the sense of you folks actually being interested in the content I make. Now, I know mainly that the horror AUs are what you folks are mainly here for. That's what you folks mainly care about. I'm not saying you folks don't care about my other content. Some of you folks actually do. I know some of you folks enjoy my horror gameplays, and some of you watch these vlog videos like this or whatever, and I do appreciate that. But I know the majority, the huge majority of you folks watch the AUs, and I really am glad for that. You know, again, I'm glad to make content for you folks to be happy, for you folks to enjoy and everything. You know, in fact, recently I just did a reaction video to my best friend. But overall, besides that, I'm mainly worried that when the trend dies, that this channel will die as well. Because I know you folks don't watch my gameplay videos as much, or watch videos like these as much, or hell, even my deep analysis videos of dementia albums, or projects about, I don't know, a post awareness or whatever, you know, seeping in and stuff. In fact, I have one similar to that I'm gonna go over in about a few weeks or so. So stay tuned for that. I do plan on doing that one. I do like to keep them separate. I'm gonna keep them separate, but I'm gonna pretty much go over the ones that I enjoy, over at the ones that I like, that has that kind of more heavy, mature subject of a brain disease and whatnot. And I'm gonna, you know, even though I enjoy making them and everything, I'd like to take my time with them, and I'd like to be careful with what I say and try to really express my feelings on why I enjoy them, and what these or at least those those Alzheimer's type music, or dementia music, whatever you want to call it, mean to me with the project and the overall meaning of that weird genre of music. But anyway, besides all of that, I'm just mainly worried on the trend dying, my channel dying. And as much as I appreciate you folks looking at my other content, and I see you folks, you know, enjoying and giving feedback, I know it's nowhere near as big as the horror AUs. And my friend Jamie, I feel like they're honestly at a point where, and I'm not saying this as like a fact or anything, but I just feel like because of how big they've become and everything with the horror AUs and stuff, he's at a point to where they can just upload, you know, not whatever, you know, there's going to be some controversy if there's something rightfully so to it, but they can pretty much, you know, just upload, you know, a gameplay video or different or whatever, and people will still eat it up. Of course, not as much as the horror AUs. I'm not saying like his channel's gonna die down or whatever, but I feel like they're at a point to, well, they have a nice cushion with his base or whatever, you know, to, well, he can upload pretty much, you know, however he feels and stuff, and people will be fine with it. I feel like with me though, I don't have that. Even though I'm not like a dead channel or anything, you know, I know I still got you guys and everything, but I feel like I'm at a point to, well, at least in this channel here, well, I don't have that kind of safety net or safety cushion in a sense, you know. And I'm not saying you folks don't watch my videos, because I know you folks do. I know you folks enjoy my content. I know you folks like to watch my videos and stuff. But I feel like I'm just going to be back to square one when the trend dies, and I don't want that to happen. There's some alternatives I have thought here and there of, maybe doing some My Little Pony fan horror games or whatever, maybe a creepypasta or two I could read. Who knows? And I mean, who knows? Maybe this is just a little slip up, you know, a little slip, but it's still standing, and it still climbs back up, and it's really good. Maybe down the road there'll be some form of, quote, clarity or terminal lucidity in a sense, where all of a sudden from the grave they rise back up again or whatever, you know, the horror AUs, or something unique, or maybe with Gen 5 or whatever. You know, you know, it's important to be optimistic, because you never know what the future holds, but that's also scary in the sense, because I've had this channel here for a lot longer than I think you folks honestly realize. Like, I've had this channel for over freaking 11 years now, maybe a little bit more than that. I've had this channel for a long ass time, and to finally get some eyesight in a sense on something, and to actually, kind of not just get a like or two or just one comment in a blue moon, but some feedback, and kind of expecting, not really expecting, but kind of knowing now that your folks will comment down or leave a like or whatever is really nice. But I don't want to lose that, because I know your folks mainly come here for the AUs, and it's something that I've been thinking of in myself, and it's something I've asked the question if TikTok went down. I don't think TikTok's ever gonna go down, honestly. Still would suck in a sense if it ever does. But, and I'm not saying that the trend is gonna die tomorrow or anything, but we're pretty much in a car, and we're low on gas, and eventually the car is going to run out of gas. The light's going to turn on at some point, and we're going to have to stop. So I'm just simply wondering, what's the next big vehicle to get in? Or better yet, what's the next method towards it? Because, yeah, I'm still, quote, driving in a sense with this analogy. I'm still driving, and you folks are enjoying it. You're enjoying the ride, but every ride comes to its end. Comes to its end is what I'm trying to say. Even with the gas pump and everything, quote, we're still kicking, we're still cruising. But, just like with every trend, a vehicle can't last forever, and nor can gas run forever. So again, at some point, we're going to run out of fuel, and we're going to slowly, gently stop. And I just want to know, even if you folks stay with me on board, what's the next ride that you folks want to get on, quote? Do you want, something different, quote? Do you want the gaming car or the horror based car just for whatever's sake? Do you want the freaking whatever bus? I just throw in whatever and you folks take it in if you want to or not. That kind of analogy is what I'm trying to. All I'm trying to get at is that pretty much at the end of the day, I'm just worried that I'm gonna lose all you folks because of the car running out of gas. I'm not saying I'm gonna be alone, but I do know that I keep repeating the same shit. I just feel like that when the trend dies, my channel's gonna die pretty much to where I'm just back to square one. I upload day in and day out, and I just get the same thing of just, maybe a like or two, maybe this or that, but nothing really that special. Whereas with my friend James, they can, I'm not saying they're gonna, his audience on his end is gonna be fully fine too and everything with the trend dying, but like, he has a more safety cushion in a sense to, well, folks would, I don't know, I guess kind of be more cool with it or roll with it or whatever I feel. I'm not too sure what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, I don't want to lose you folks. So I'm just thinking of alternatives, trying to think of different alternatives here to kind of, quote, save my channel, but also keep you folks entertained. Again, a ride can't last forever, and I'm still going to keep going, for as long as the gas will hold me and everything. I'm still going to drive the trend of the horror AUs for you folks until the very end, but, I can't promise anything. So, pretty much, I just want to hear what you guys think of it, what you folks may suggest. There's still going to be horror stuff I definitely plan on doing. There's a bunch of horror games I want to do, because I love horror. There's a bunch of horror games, there's a bunch of analog horrors, there's a bunch of horror stuff that I want to get into and I want to look at, but I know it's not the same as the horror AUs because that's what you folks mainly crave. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video here tonight. No AU tonight, unfortunately, because this one's just been kind of putting at my mind, and I want to talk about it and kind of discuss it, and I want to see what you folks feel on it. There's definitely going to be an AU tomorrow night, as I plan. I always plan an horror AU tonight and everything. But yeah, I just want to know what you folks think of it, and I want you folks to have thoughts on this. So, yeah. that's pretty much it there is to say, folks. I feel better with getting this off my chest, and yeah. So that's pretty much it for this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe for more, and I'll see you all sooner or later. Bye bye, everyone.